Playgrounds at all 11 elementary schools are getting a new look.
We're installing new surfacing on the playgrounds and replacing some of the equipment. As you can see, we started with the removal of the old padding and old playground equipment.
The playground project was approved by the superintendent and board of trustees and is currently underway to keep all Weslaco ISD students safe. Maintenance crews have routine checkups on all district playgrounds every 3 months.
You can see some of the old equipment that the rubber coating on it had already started to come off and pose a safety hazard for the students.
After 10 years of the same padding, Rick Anciso says it was time for an upgrade.
The initial rubber padding that was installed about 8 to 10 years ago has started to deteriorate. Also, the decks and the steps on the arch bridges, also the rubber coating has started to come off, exposing the metal frames on it, which of course is a safety hazard for the students.
The school district hired a contracted company to help with the installments.
We have to take the old stuff out, put in the curbs, and put them at the right height, and then another crew, which is the guys that do the pouring in place, they come in and do the rubber.
Javier Alanis works with Alanis Construction. He says crews will be working on all playgrounds for the next couple of months.
They do all the base material, and then they come back and do all the finished material.
He says the protective padding is vital to playgrounds. Weslaco ISD principals agree.
Having the new surfaces helps out a lot. For the most part, our surfaces were torn. The holes, you name it. I would have students throwing pieces at each other, hurting each other. So when we got it redone, it's wonderful.
It's very important for student safety. Students are out here every single day. They play out here during the lunch recess. Also, the Boys and Girls Club uses the playground equipment. So for student safety, first and foremost, very important.
When they do the cutting of with a weed eater, they don't want to get the weed eater too close to the rubber.
Along with the new surfaces, the contracted company is adding in concrete barriers. The barriers are new to the playground but needed to protect the longevity of the playground surface. More padding will also be added to areas like the swings and jungle gyms.
The thickness depends on the fall height. If it's higher, then the thickness gets thicker, so it's softer.
Weslaco ISD has had these awesome surfaces for now over 10 years, and going on 15 years. And well, it's better than just having dirt. Back in the day when we just had dirt and it was much harder. Now these surfaces have like a shock absorption, so for falls and to avoid injuries like that. The surface is terrific for our kids to be able to have a fun time, but yet make sure that they're safe.
The staff at Weslaco ISD says they're excited to see the new installations. They say many times people don't realize how important it is to allow students to play outside.
It'll work their physical and social skills, where they can go. It teaches them sportsmanship. It teaches them, just about everything, because they'll come out here, they get to share, they get to, be with their friends, being like a stress relief, being in class all day, then they come out here and they get to play.
I think the playground is a very important part of a child's school day. A lot of the things that happen during the day happen here at the playground. Yes, instruction is by far important, but the playground time is also important because it helps with their cognitive, with their emotional, their physical, and their social development.
Playgrounds at Kleckler Hill and Northbridge were the first schools to undergo construction. Students there say they're glad to have their new and improved playgrounds back.
I like playing on the playground because I get to be with my friends and hang out with them.
Makes me feel like safer, it's better, it's brand new.
We have to have a little bit of free time instead of playing all the time. Instead of working all the time, actually. And we all enjoy it out here. We kind of get to be free.
At Weslaco ISD, student safety is the district's #1 priority. After all construction is done, maintenance crews will continue monitoring the playgrounds to make sure all equipment is up to par for students.
We want the students here at Weslaco to have the safest environment to play in.
Weslaco ISD believes playing outside is an important part of a student's childhood. The district will continue to maintain playgrounds because it believes students develop physical strength, coordination, social skills, and a sense of oneself as they play with their peers. I'm Heather Arevalo reporting for KWES TV.